Harry just now starting it, Holly.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Harry Hewlett. Having a little technical difficulties here, but I think we got them straightened out. Here we go. Dallas Songwriter Association. We got the Dallas Virtual Global Showcase. We do this every Saturday, 12 to 3. We have 6 people today. Today we got 7 people lined up. We're gonna go from 12 to 3:30 today, and it's a good show. And starting off, we got Rio King, good buddy of mine. Y'all seen him before. He's a Dallas songwriter, and I met him didn't meet him, but we went to school together at Texas Tech in Lubbock. First time I knew of Rio King, he was playing on the radio out there, playing rock and roll. You know, every country boy I knew played rock and roll back then. That's back in the 60s. And now he's a songwriter, and he does country and all that kind of stuff, and he plays all over town, and I'm going to give him the spotlight here. Replay spotlight. Rio, if you can hear me through the telephone there, we can hear you.
All right, Harry.
Okay, so you got 30 minutes to play us some songs. Play us some songs, Rio.
Thanks, Harry. Thank you. Like Harry said, I'm from native Texan and born in Wichita Falls, and went to high school in Dallas, college in Lubbock, and raised a family out there. Came back to Dallas for a career, and now I get to sing and play the songs that I write and record. The first song I'd like to do is called "A Red River Ramblin' Man." I spent my childhood years up there in Wichita Falls, and this song's about some of the folks you can still run across up there. So it's called "The Red River Ramblin' Man." I've been a lousy Louisiana gambler and a cotton-picking Okie, panhandler, a poor old Arkansas mule handler, just a Red River ramblin' man. I've been up and down the big old red, worked both sides of the riverbed. Happy anywhere I can lay my head, just a Red River ramblin' man. Well, I gave a kiss to the mighty miss just a leaving Tennessee. I told my honey that there ain't no money in a Red River rambler like me. Now there's an old mesquite up on the river bluff, gnarly limbs and the bark is rough, but that old boy ain't half as tough as the Red River ramblin' man. Now when the coyote calls around Wichita Falls, I'm sleeping worry-free. I tell you no lie, it's a lullaby to a Red River rambler like me. I've been up and down in the big old red, worked both sides of the riverbed. Happy anywhere I can lay my head, just a Red River rambling man. I've been a lousy Louisiana gambler and a cotton-picking Okie, panhandler, a poor old Arkansas mule handler, just a Red River rambling man. A Red River rambling man. And when I die, right above my head, he was a Red River rambling man. Yeah, Red River rambling man. Well, in 1970, I was still up there in Lubbock, and 50 years ago, this last year, was the 50th anniversary of the tornado that hit Lubbock. It came through town and passed over where we were and touched down about 6 blocks away and ripped right through Lubbock and hit downtown square on, hit a building downtown. Downtown they had a building called the Great Plains Life Building. It was built in the 50s, 20 stories of it, and at the time it was the tallest building west of between the Rockies and the Mississippi. And this story's about the folks that are up on the South Plains and their fortitude and struggle that they have. The name of the song is "Big Winds on the Cap." Oh, I got it. Wait a minute, just a minute. This building, when the tornado hit it, spoiler alert, it didn't fall. it twisted the building. And you can stand on the sidewalk down below on the street and look up the building on the side of the building and see how it's twisted. And for the first 10 years after that tornado hit, they didn't know if it was going to fall down or stand up. Everybody was afraid to go in it. The engineers finally declared it was okay. And so since about 10 years later, it's been occupied up there. And like I said, this song's a tribute to the folks that are up in that Great Plains area. The song's called Big Winds on the Cap Rock, and it's subtitled Great Plains Life. Big winds on the Cap Rock, deadly as stories tell. Winter they howl from Manitoba, summer they rise from hell. 11th day in the month of May, it was 1970 when Lubbock town was closing down and a killer came roaring in. The night turned green and evil and exploded into black. A hammering hail rain like a hurricane lit by lightning cracks. It ripped into the city and it gutted like a buffalo knife. It plunged into the heart without pity, then twisted it that night when it tore into the Great Plains light. Great Plains life building 20 stories tall, the backbone of the panhandle. Did it fall? Did it fall? Well, we couldn't tell what had happened until the light of dawn. Guadalupe neighborhood flattened and the country club homes were gone. But one lone landmark was the only one we could see, rising twisted from the ground, destruction and debris. Tougher than Coronado, stronger than a buffalo knife, standing tall on the Llano Estacado. It was a Great Plains life, a symbol of the Great Plains life. For the rancher on the Colorado, or the dryland farmer and a wife, surviving on the Llano Estacado. It's a hard scrabble in life, but that's the Great Plains life. Big winds on the Cap Rock, deadly as stories tell. Yeah, big winds on the Cap Rock, that Lubbock tornado. Well, this is Valentine's week, and so I'm gonna play you my Valentine song. I bring it out every February. It gets to be pulled out of the stack. I was fortunate enough to get to record this with duet with great Christine Albert. She's just fabulous talent out of Austin. Her and her husband Chris. Chris produced both my CDs. So she sang duet with me on this Valentine song. Here we go. I was alone at a table on Valentine's Day, waiting by the bar for the band to play. And she walked in, dressed to flirt in a cowgirl hat and a red leather skirt. I was up in a flash, making my play, taking a shot before she got away. Hello, darling, I've been waiting for you. I got a Valentine table for two. Tell me, do you like peanuts and not dark chocolate? Shiner Bock instead of fine wine, and twirling a two-step all night long. Be my honky-tonk Valentine. Well, she looked up and she said to me, hold on, Slick, let's wait and see. I've been burned and I'm taking it slow, but I love a drink, and how did you know? I like nuts instead of dark chocolate. Shiner Bock will be just fine, and twirling a two-step all night long with a honky-tonk Valentine. She loves beer nuts and not dark chocolate. Shiner Bock is gonna be just fine, twirling a two-step all night long with her honky-tonk Valentine. So let's two-step to old Dale Watson and a slow dance to be sublime. Maybe we'll find a little romance time with our honky-tonk Valentine. She likes beer nuts and not dark chocolate. Shiner Bock is gonna be just fine, and twirling a two-step all night long with our honky-tonk Valentine. Maybe we'll find a little romance time with a honky-tonk Valentine. Oh yeah! Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Hope you like beer nuts. So, we're moving pretty good along here. I was down in Austin with the family for a short while and lived down there, and so I had to write the obligatory tubing song down the river. Doesn't matter if it was the Pedernales or the Comal or the Guadalupe. Everybody has a turn on the tubes. So I wrote a song called Turtle Bait, and it's about floating down the river with your toes hanging over the side and dragging in the water. Here's Turtle Bait. A turtle bait on the July River. I'm just turtle bait. Call me up and I deliver. There ain't no snapper that'll hesitate to get a little nibble of my turtle bait. Simmering in that summer sun, lying, frying till I'm done. Turn me over like a tater cake. Serve on an inner tube, and that's what makes turtle bait on the July River. I'm just turtle bait. Call me up and I deliver. Ain't no snapper that'll hesitate to get a little nibble of my turtle bait. Almanac says that the moon is right for nobody catching us fishing tonight. I got an inner tube built for two. You make the sandwiches and I'll make you turtle bait on the July River. We'll be turtle bait. Call me up and I deliver. There ain't no snapper that'll hesitate to get a little nibble of my turtle bait. Turtle bait, five daddy oden dodo. Turtle bait, oh I love it, babe. Ain't no snapper that'll hesitate to get a little nibble of my turtle bait. Simmering in that summer sun, just lying, frying till I'm done. Turn me over like a tater cake and serve on an inner tube, and that's what makes turtle bait on the July River. I'm just turtle bait, call up and I deliver. Ain't no snapper that'll hesitate little nibble of my turtle bait. Almanac said that the moon is right. Nobody's catching us fish in the night. I got little soup built for two. You make the sandwiches and I'll make you a bee. Turtle bait on the July River. Turtle bait, call me up and I deliver. I ain't no snake that'll hesitate to get a little nibble of my turtle bait. Yeah, turtle bait. Let's go tubing down the river, baby. Yeah. How we doing on time? All right. We're doing good. This is any of you that have spent any time out in western regions of the state and along West Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, you've seen signs that read last rest stop for 80 miles, or last gasoline for 120 miles. This song's about the last chance to dance in Texas. Okay. Rambling around on the back road, out on the Texas state line, drove a weathered old beer joint with a faded hand-painted sign that read, "Last chance to dance in Texas." Hear the fiddler play the Bandera waltz, see the big record star playing guitar, singing of love won and lost. Don't miss his solid gold record. It's hanging right there on the wall. It's your last chance to dance in Texas, and the last chance dance hall. So I stepped in the dim, empty bar room and I asked the old man for a beer. I said, "If you don't mind me asking, tell me, how did you wind up out here?" He said, "The last dance we played in Texas, my wife sang the I've Had It waltz. Said, take your guitar, you big record star, you booze in your fame and get lost." I begged her forget my poor record. She said, "It's a borderline call. It's your last chance dance in Texas, at the last chance dance hall." So 20 odd years in the bottle, they died in this parking lot. We stayed and we played till we paid for the place, and now it's all that we've got. It's our last chance dance in Texas, where my fiddle's Bandera waltz, and the son of the star plays a red-hot guitar, and the daughter-in-law is the boss. Somewhere there's a tarnished gold record. I think it's in the last women's stall, at the last chance to dance in Texas, at the last chance dance hall. So truck it on out to the state line and order up a Lone Star beer. I asked the first pretty lady, "Would you dance with a cowboy, my dear?" It's the last chance to dance in Texas, where the fiddler plays the Bandera waltz, and the young record star plays a red-hot guitar, and you two-step till your troubles get lost. In a booth in the back, the old couple smile every time they recall their last chance dance in Texas, and the last chance dance hall. It's the last chance to dance in Texas, at the last chance dance hall. last chance to dance in Texas. You bet. That's not the last time you get to hear that song. I'll be playing that a lot. When I was, my wife and I have been married 15 years this June. And when I was courting her, she lived in Fort Worth. I lived all the way up in Plano, up in North Texas, and 50 miles apart. And so I pulled out all the stops and I wrote her a song while we were dating. And it's called Please Don't Ask Me to Waltz. More on this later. I like waltzes. I really do. My sweetheart, she likes them too. My darling, she loves the waltzes. 1, 2, 3 ain't no trick. I can ride 'em, I can sing 'em, I can play 'em all night, but I just can't dance 'em a lick. I love you, darling, but please don't ask me to waltz. I'd swim the deepest stock tank, climb the highest bar stool above. I'd drive to the far edge of Fort Worth, darling, just to win your love. Love you, darling, but please don't ask me to waltz. I'd buy me new strings for my guitar, write a song for you in 3/4 time, sit at the grand opening of Walmart just to make you mine. My darling, she loves the waltzes. 1, 2, 3 ain't no trick. Write 'em, I can sing 'em, I can play 'em all night. Darn it, but I just can't dance 'em a lick. I love you, darling, but please don't ask me to waltz. Needless to say, I won the Fair Maiden in spite of that. All right, I got time for one more here, and this is and speaking of my sweetheart, she helped me write this. It's called That Window Closes Fast. It's kind of a multi-generational song, and I hope you like it. I close with this, and as I close, I want you to know my name's Rio King, and this is the Dallas Songwriters. You stay tuned for all of these great artists that are coming up here. We're having an extended show tonight. We've got so many. So, this afternoon. Here we go. That window closes way too fast, opens opportunity and then it's past. Be grateful for the moment, enjoy it while it lasts, 'cause that window closes fast. A tickle on the chin, got a sweet baby laugh. I still grin at that old photograph. How long has it been now? A decade and a half. Boy, that window closes fast. 17 and think they're grown, eager for the great unknown. They leave you here alone. But that window closes way too fast. It opens for the children and then it's past. Be grateful for the moment. Enjoy it while it lasts, 'cause that window closes fast. My voice cracked a little. She cried when I asked. We found each other late and a love that's gonna last. But sometimes life kicks your dreams on past, and that window closes fast. Doctor, we got hills to climb and roads to ride and trails to find. Don't cut short our time. That window closes way too fast. It opens for the lovers and then it's past. Be grateful for the enjoy it while it lasts, 'cause that window closes fast. That window's closing way too fast. Now grandma's eyes are cloudy like memories of her past. Her feet can catch the rhythm, she ain't danced her last. That window's closing fast. Dizzy, Dorsey, Duke, and Glenn, Bob Wills joining in, they swing her back again. But that window's closing way too fast. It opens for a heartbeat and then it's past. Be grateful for the moment, enjoy it while it lasts, 'cause that window closes fast. Be grateful for the moment, enjoy it while it lasts, 'cause that window closes fast. Thank you, folks. I'm glad you tuned in, and I hope you stick around. Hey, Harry.
Hey, Rio, I don't know if you can hear me yet or not, but we heard you and it sounded great.
All right, I heard you, Harry.
Did you hear me that time?
I sure
Okay.
heard that.
Okay, well, I tell you what, you know, old Murphy, he comes to see us every now and then, and he was here today.
Yeah, well,
Murphy's Law, you know, it always applies. But you sounded great, and it's probably all my fault. I don't know what it was. It's always something simple, but thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
Right. It's
And
real pleasure as always, Harry. Thank you.
that's Rio King, folks. And now we've got Jessica and Tim Avey. I'm going to give them I'm going to add them. I'm going to replace the spotlight. That's what we're going to do. There they are right there. I hope y'all got your sound set up right and everything. We kind of been hurrying around, scurrying around, trying to get everything put together. Rio dropped his computer last night, and he had to use a backup today.
Whoa.
And we were having the dickus getting it set up right down to the line, but it sounded pretty good, I thought. So,
You sound great, Rio.
well, it's good to have y'all, and you got 30 minutes to play. So, what you got for us today?
We got a few songs.
Okay. Well, go ahead and do something. We'll tweak it as we go.
Okay,
If
sounds
we need
good.
to.
All right, well, hello, everybody. My name is Jessica Avey, and this is my husband, Tim, and we are here in our living room, and we're thankful, so thankful for the DSA, for all these opportunities, Harry, to keep us all playing and singing and in the showcases. So anyway, we're going to play you a few tunes today, and I hope you like them. We always hear some fun songs. I've been singing harmony along on this other side with Rio.
But before y'all get started, I got one question to ask you. Do you have your original sound on? Have you checked that? It says turn off original sound.
Let me check it.
Just to be sure. Save a lot of problems.
Yeah, it says disable original sound.
It says disable it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that means it's on.
I guess it does. Are you on a laptop?
I'm on the iPad.
On the iPad. Okay. I guess you're good. Okay. Play a song. We'll tweak it if we have to.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Harry?
Go ahead. Yes. Play.
This one's called Drink You Away, and it's about some destructive habits. So here we go. Gave my diamond Shiny princess cut on my finger. Whoever's paying for the party tonight, drink you away, but I can drink you off my mind. All your lies I'm gonna erase, one sip at a time. My new best friend, Johnny, wants the blue, promises soon I'll be over you. I can drink you away, but I can drink you off my mind. We planned the wedding date for September. You even asked my dad. Picked out our crystal and china, but I'm done with you. I'm done being sad. The bartender's super sexy. Yeah, he's pouring coke and whiskey. And you're a dirty cheater, and tonight he's gonna be my new president. I can't drink you away, but I can drink you off my mind. And all your lies I'm gonna erase, one sip at a time. My new best friend, Johnny, wants the blue, promises soon I'll be over you. I can drink you away, but I can drink you off my mind. Caught you between the sheets. Well, I'm staring at your feet. If I had my shotgun, you'd go be 6 foot deep. I can't drink you away, but I can drink you off my mind. And all your lies I'm gonna erase, one sip at a time. My new best friend, Johnny, wants the blue, promises soon I'll be over you. I can't drink you away, but I can drink you off my mind. All right, how's that? We sounding okay?
You sounding great.
All right, well, thank you. Okay, so this next song is called Wild and Free, and it's one that I had started. And then one night, my good friend and I were driving back from Oklahoma, and I was like, hey, I've been working on this song. We've got like 2 hours in the car. You want to help me? And so we worked on the chorus together and finished it up over text message. So anyway, it's so much fun to collaborate with other people when you're writing, and that's one of the things that I love about songwriting in the DSA is just getting to work with other people and the creativity that everyone has inside of them. So anyway, this is called Wild and Free.
Uh-oh. I forgot how I started this.
I've been holding back for way too long, feeling like I don't belong. All these things I've hidden away inside. Okay, well, this next song that we're going to play for you is called Climbing. And it's one that Timmy and me and Tim, wrote years ago. And I love that Rio talked about his wife and that they've been married 15 years. And this April, he and I would have been married, will be married 21 years. So it's great when you find someone that you love.
21 years.
21 years. Man, that's a whole lifetime and can do things with that you enjoy together. So this song is called Climbing, and it's about just breaking free of things that we all find ourselves into, whether it's fear, depression, anxiety, learning how to come out of that and look to the other side of that. I've traveled so far, but not on my own, to face an old friend who wants me alone. So I climbed into the top of this mountain, this mountain. The sun is a shining in the heavens. Fear is no longer my friend. She's held me too long. She's held me in chains. She will let me go. My will remain. So I climbed into the top of this mountain, this mountain. The sun is a shining in the heavens. Fear is no longer my friend. The road has been long, the climb has been steep. She likes to isolate and keep me in the trees. But I'm not going back, 'cause I'm not the same, no longer the part of her So I climbed into the top of this mountain, this mountain. The sun is shining in the heavens, and fear is no longer. I'm climbing to the top of this mountain, this mountain. The sun is shining in the heavens, and fear is no longer my friend, no longer my friend. Thank you. Thank you. So the next song that we're gonna sing, and I thought I had it in my playlist, but now I gotta go find it. Here it is. It's called Big Dreams, and this is one that I wrote with a good friend of mine, Ginger, and we used to be neighbors. And just through getting to know one another, I found out that she was a creative writer, and then so we started just writing songs together. And again, just that community through creativity is what really drives me, and so passionate about that. But this was one that was one that she really drove, that she really had a passion for. And this is about coming from small beginnings. You know, we've all been there, and you just keep working hard till you get where you're going, right? We never stop. We just keep going. So this is called Big Dreams. Jesse comes from a small town in the hills of Tennessee. One gas station, one stoplight, population 253. Daddy lost his life, keeping our country free. But mama works hard, making minimum wage, there are mouths to feed. Life's tough and she grew up rough. Sometimes she's lost and a little bit stuck, but she's got big dreams and an old Chevy truck. Big dreams, with a little bit of luck, she knows she'll make it someday. Rivers and walls, she'll shatter them all. It's a hard time, but it's Jesse's time, and she's got big dreams. Jesse's strong, she's smart. She prays before she sleeps. Her mama hugs her tight, tells her to follow her dreams. Jessie works 2 jobs, studies for her law degree. She wants to fight for the rights and against the wrongs. For Maya's Lincoln as she pushes along. And she's got big dreams and an old Chevy truck. Big dreams, with a little bit of luck, she knows she'll make it someday. Ceilings and walls, she'll shatter them all. It's a hard time, but it's Jesse's time, and she's got big dreams. All right, well, thank you. This next song is called Sippin' on Tequila, and it had a lot of hands on it and went through, you know, how songs transform and goes from one way to another way, and by the end it's like it's not even how it really first started to sound, but it's good, it's better, right? So a lot of people helped me with this one. It actually just started out, my dad said, you can be right, I can be wrong, but we'll just sip right along. So it's just funny how people say things and it sticks in your head. And so this is called Sippin' on Tequila. And skipping rocks and a favorite swimming hole. The night is warm and the sun hangs low. favorite sound. Grab 2 glasses, you got a bottle to pour. Sipping on tequila, looking at the horizon. Boy, I can feel it. My temperature's rising. Sipping on tequila, I can hear you sighing. Let's stay here tonight. Our hearts harmonizing. Boy, there ain't no denying. This love ain't lying. Let's stay here and hide it. Our love is strong. Sipping right along. Watching the sunset, holding your hand for another round. I can drink to that tequila strong, but your love is sweet. You pull me closer to you, kissing my cheek. Grab 2 glasses, there's one more round to pour. Sipping on tequila, looking at the horizon. Boy, I can feel it. My temperature's rising. Sipping on tequila, and I can hear you sighing. Let's stay here tonight. Our hearts harmonizing. Boy, there ain't no denying. This love ain't lying. Let's stay here and hide it. Our love is strong. Sipping right along. Sipping right along. Sipping on tequila, looking at the horizon. Boy, I can feel it. My temperature's rising. Sipping on tequila, and I can hear you sighing. Let's stay here tonight. Our hearts harmonizing. Boy, there ain't no denying. This love ain't lying. Let's stay here and hide it. 'Cause our love is strong. Sipping right along. Sipping right along. We're sipping right along.
5 minutes.
All right, 5 minutes. Well, this next song is called Mama Don't Know. And it's kind of about all those crazy things you do when you're young that your parents know about. But I wrote this song. I just find myself that I have the best opportunity to write, like when I'm stuck in a plane or stuck in the car, something, where my mind isn't on like, being a mom, taking care of the house. I'm a teacher. What do I got to do for my kids? It's kind of just like my head time. So we were flying to New York, and the captain said, "Buckle up. You got 4 hours in the air." And so this is kind of where this song came out of. Again, me and my friend Ginger, we share a lot of song ideas, and she had put in our Dropbox that we share, "Mama Don't Know." And so I was like, "Ooh, this sounds fun. I can write about this for the next 4 hours." So this is how this song came about. It's called Mama Don't Know. Mama taught me to sit up straight, don't lie, don't drink, keep up, never wait. Watch out for the boys, they'll wreck the good girls' world. Say my prayers every night, talk to Jesus and pray for the light. Go to church on Sunday, 'cause it's the Lord's day. Ooh, but the things Mama don't know, like late last night by the light of the moon, I snuck out and kissed you. We were skinny dipping in the heat of Sunday morning in the first pew, such a good girl. Who knew last night I didn't get much rest? I must confess, here I am sitting up straight, hands are folded while I pray. Lord bless my heart and forgive my soul. Ooh, for the things Mama don't know, like late last night by the light of the moon, I snuck out and kissed you. We were skinny dipping in the heat of the night. We never felt so alive. My heart was racing, you were holding me tight. Had to run like hell to beat the sunrise. Thank the Lord that I survived. Oh, the things Mama don't fogging up the windows on back country roads. There's a mess. I smell like cigarettes. Ooh, the things Mama don't know. Like late last night by the light of the moon, I snuck out and kissed you. We were skinny dipping in the heat of the night. We never felt so alive. My heart was racing, you were holding me tight. Had to run like hell to beat the sunrise. Thank the Lord that I survived. Oh, the things Mama don't know. Oh, the things Mama don't know.
Jessica and Tim, that was wonderful, wonderful. Y'all did a great job, and I didn't do a very good job introducing y'all a while ago, but I know, Jessica, you're a school teacher, and you teach music, and you were Bonnie in a PBS special on Bonnie and Clyde, right?
Yeah, it was a National Geographic. Yeah.
National Geographic. Okay, what do people have to do if they want to go watch you on that movie? Where do they go?
It replays all the time, but you can also find it on YouTube. So if you Google time, it was done by the BBC channel Time Watch. So if you do Time Watch and Google the real Bonnie and Clyde, you can see me 10 years ago.
Okay. Okay. And Tim, well, he married a movie star then, I suppose. So.
Yeah.
And he plays the guitar real good. That was great, guys. I really appreciate it, y'all. We'll get you back soon as we can. And Jessica also, she's on our board of directors for the Dallas Songwriter Association. So anyway, thank you very much. And we're going to move it right along here. I'm going to put the spotlight on my buddy over here. Buddies. Replay spotlight. There they are, folks. There's Carolyn Norulak and Chuck Ehrmann, the CC Mood Swings, all the way from New Jersey. Now, she used to live in Austin for several years, and Chuck, he was up in Nashville for a long time, and now he's up in New Jersey, and they got a little act up there. So, you got your sound on?
Yep.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
Got us?
Y'all got 30 minutes to wow us, so
Okay, here we go.
Get to it, yeah.
I wrote this one with Will Webb. You find him sitting on his weathered bench, from sun up till sundown. That old man don't mind telling you he was once important in this town. He's got a million stories, each one begins and ends the same. It seems like only yesterday there used to be a train. He said it seemed like only yesterday Billy Thompson waved goodbye. So proud of his new uniform, first time I saw his daddy cry. He came home 6 months later. Lord, I've never seen such rain. The whole town turned out to grieve for him. There used to be a train. It seemed like only yesterday there used to be a train. It brought the whole world to us, carried some of us away. I was always here to meet her. I ain't about to change. It seemed like only yesterday there used to be a train. He always smiles when he talks about his lady. He'll say it seemed like only yesterday that woman came into my life. When she stepped onto this platform, somehow I knew she'd be my wife. A teacher from Milwaukee, Sarah was her name. I was station master. There used to be a train. It seemed like only yesterday there used to be a train. It brought the whole world to us, carried some of us away. I was always here to meet her. I ain't about to change. It seemed like only yesterday there used to be a train. You find him sitting on his weather bench from sun up till sundown.
I love that song. I love that song. Hey, Carolyn, make sure that you got your original sound on.
I think so. Turn off original sound.
Okay, you got it. You got it. Okay.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
deal.
Okay, this next song is a preview of the next act. Wrote this song with that lovely lady who's coming up behind us by the name of Rachel Owen. the right thing at the end of our day. There's no other way to go. If I can't have you, don't make me want to. Don't comfort me, I'm old enough to know. Dreams can be fragile, ties can be broken, love can unravel in time. For me, the world has stopped turning, stars are in hiding. All I can see is you and love that is fading, no longer waiting for me. We said forever, we love each other. I lost it. Through the dancing, the two of us were one. Now for the first time, I stand alone. I can count on you, and night is coming on. Dreams can be fragile, lives can be broken, and love can unravel in time. For me, the world has stopped turning, stars are in hiding. All I can see is you and love that is fading, no longer waiting for me, no longer waiting for me. Well, I think I have to attribute that one to some work we haven't done at home.
That's a beautiful song right there.
As in, I blew that a little bit. I apologize, Rachel. But anyway, okay. Oh yeah. This is a song by Jim Counter and myself. Maybe someday. I'm not sure. I don't think he's been on your show, has he, Harry? Jim Counter?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay. Well, here's hoping. Dragging my feet in the cool desert sand, collecting a few second thoughts, where I hide away when I'm working things out. Seems like lately I've been here a lot. I used to believe I was a man of the world, never stayed long in one place. A white picket fence and a two-story house were for some other guy, till I saw her face. Now that woman's turned my life around, I see how I just might consider settling down. It takes a strong man to know when to change, and there's no better time than now. was rolling his soul at the moon. His pride and his solitude lost on the wind must be telling me to make my move. So soon as I leave here, I'll knock on her door, but I'll prove I'm uneasy to tame. I resist for a while, then smile and give in, surrender my heart, offer her my name. Now that woman's turned my life around, I see how I just might consider settling down. It takes a strong man to know when to change, and there's no better time than now. Okay, now I gotta say sorry, Jim. I'm just a little frazzled today. I apologize. We got work done yesterday and didn't go perfectly, and we had a little experience this morning. So anyway, yeah, changed our heat out. Let's see, what the heck is on the program now? Oh yeah. Okay, Dave Rimmelus and I wrote this one, and I think Rachel likes it, so hopefully. If your days are getting weary, if your nights are long and lonely, and the sand of time is filling up your boots, if your heart is weighing heavy cause your arms are staying empty, and your fretful mind is smoking like an old 10-cent cheroot, write me into your life story. My destiny is to see you through. Each day will be a work of art once I am written on your heart, making happy ever after love to you. This heart of stone that picking world's a tragic comedy, makes the queen of hearts uneasy on her throne. Those big bad dragons gaining on you make you yearn for chivalry. Consider me your knight in shiny armor from now on. Write me into your love story. My destiny is to see you through. Each day will be a work of art once I am written on your heart, making happy ever after love to you. Come get it, Carolyn. Lady, I'm not gonna settle for a mention in that book, or merely one romantic episode. Inscribe my name on every page, I'll change your old outlook. This love that you inspire's waiting right here to unfold. Write me into your life story. My destiny is to see you through. Each day will be a work of art once I am written on your heart, making happy ever after love to you. I will make happy ever after love to you. Yeah, I'll make happy ever after love to you. Believe it, darling. How are we doing on time here, Harry?
Well, you got about 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
We got two in there.
Well, we got at least two in there. Okay. Let's see where we want to go here. Why don't we do Heaven from Here?
Okay. When I start out, right?
Yeah, you do. And this one's all my fault. Well, I feel like a raindrop falling into the ocean, a little bit sad and a little bit proud. So close to a moment, so far from the answer, silently praying while cursing out loud. We're all rehearsing that showdown we face when that fast gun named Destiny rides into town. You fall to your knees with a changed attitude. Stand as you are and try staring him down. Now please hear me out, for I know you can find the small truth in my crazy idea. We're in this together, it sure takes all kinds. You can almost see heaven from here. Keep yourself free like a bird on a wire, and don't shoot at me just for singing my song. This world's gonna spin, there ain't no way to stop it. Wherever you're standing is where you belong. What keeps that dream burning deep in your eyes and a measure of hope in my tears? We're in this together, it sure takes all kinds. You can almost see heaven from here. Heaven from here. Heaven from here. Hey, heaven from here. All right.
Good.
Trying to think. You want to?
What? Distance?
Yeah, distance.
Got it.
Another Dave and I. Ramos. Traveled down a lot of roads, searching for a dream worth keeping. I've seen a lot of signs, driving all night without sleeping. But I've always known how long and just how far it would take to bring me back to where you are. Now that I'm really thinking this over, I look in my heart and I see the difference between my joy and my sorrows, the distance between you and me. Took my chances, took my time. Yes, I know I've kept you waiting. Here I'm holding out my hand. I understand why you're hesitating. I can't live on just the shadow of your smile. Emptiness that only grows from mile to mile. Now that I'm really thinking this over, I look in my heart and I see the difference between my joy and my sorrows, the distance between you and me. I can't live on just the shadow of your smile. Emptiness that only grows from mile to mile. Now that I'm really thinking this over, I look in my heart and I see the difference between my joy and my sorrow, the distance between you and me. The difference between my joy and my sorrow, the distance between you and me. Love you, Eileen.
Heard that lone clap. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
That was me. That was me.
Oh, I thought it was Rachel. I
Great
saw
song.
her clapping.
Oh, you had several people clapping.
Okay,
just can't
where
hear
are we
him.
at, Harry?
You got about one more song. One more song.
Oh, we've got a song left. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get through the events of the day, so
What do we got?
yeah, I'm just fighting in self-defense here. We're going to do Looking for a Love Song, written by John Foley and me damn self.
Let's go.
And thank you so much, Harry.
Thanks,
and
Harry.
Dallas. And
Thank you.
wait till you hear this woman coming up. Yeah. Working down at the Bluebird Inn, just picking on a good time too. Hadn't been much of a night till you walked in that room. Told the band I had you in my sights, no way you could refuse. But you were looking for a love song when I was singing the blues. You caught me staring, and that pretty smile made the bubbles rise up in my beer. Running my imagination while I was thinking where we might go from here. We sent a note up to the band to play a song for you. You were looking for a love song when I was singing the blues. Made it clear that I was coming on as I stood there tall and proud. We played a honky-tonkin' song, yeah. Played it mean, Carolyn, played it loud. reached for you every way I knew with my hot-blooded southern sound. You looked at me like I come out of a tree. I saw you getting up as I was getting down. You turned around and let me see your best side moving through that door. They tell me all you said is too damn loud. You won't be coming round here no more. I would have made you the queen of my heart, but you were not a muse. You were looking for a love song when I was singing the blues. Yeah, you were looking for a sweet love song, but I was singing the blues. Yodel-love, yodel-lay, yodel-love.
And he yodels too.
Thanks, everybody out there, and thanks to Jim, our technical advisor here, and
Well,
waiting. Yeah, thanks, Harry. Thanks, everybody.
thank you, Carolyn, and thank you, Chuck. Carolyn Norulak and Chuck Ehrmann, and really appreciate it. Hey, y'all sounding good. So anyway, moving right along, folks. We got a real treat here. First off, I'm gonna add the spotlight here, and then we're gonna take the spotlight off Chuck.
Good idea.
Good idea. Remove the spotlight there, and I'm going to add spotlight for this next young lady. Okay. If I can find it here. Okay, here we go. Add spotlight. Oh, that's Rio. I got the wrong one. Okay, that's not her. I punched on the wrong thing. Here, add spotlight. I'm going to take Rio off. Hang on.
Hormone therapy there.
I'm sorry. I just started doing this a year ago, folks. Okay. Rachel, good afternoon, and it's so good to see you. I was talking to Chuck. I told him that I had told you the last time I saw you was Birmingham. It was Muscle Shoals.
Oh, that's right. Muscle Shoals. Yeah. I should have corrected you. Or actually, it was Florence, Alabama.
Was it Florence? It's by a river somewhere. We drove down from Nashville.
Where that festival is.
Yeah, okay. So, folks, I want to introduce you to Rachel Owen, and she is I met her down there when I was going down playing like I was a songwriter with Chuck, And then we met her, and can she sing and play and everything? And she did such a good job at it. She's selling real estate now.
All old songwriters go to die as
sooner or later, every songwriter's got to get a job. Getting those hit records is like winning the lottery. Plus, not only do you have to win the lottery, but you also have to be very talented. And this young lady, she's got the talent, but she just hasn't quite won the lottery yet. But she's gonna do it. Rachel, what do you got for us today?
Well, I got one that you requested. And first I'm going to tell Chuck and Carolyn they got to mute because I can hear them.
I just muted them.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have the power, don't you, Harry?
Well, some of it.
I always like the power to mute Chuck.
You got to, and don't lay your guitar around anywhere near it. He'll step right in the middle of it. That's a private joke.
Chuck is one of my favorite Nashville songwriters, so I'm honored to be here with Chuck and with everybody else that's played. This is a great show, Harry.
We have a lot of fun. Thank you.
Pretty damn good, Harry.
We got to get you to sign up with the Dallas Songwriters so we can introduce you as our newest member to the Dallas Songwriters Association. $60 a year. That's all it takes.
I'm there.
All right.
You never know what I could do to Dallas.
Yeah. How many houses you got to sell to make $60?
Maybe a quarter of one or so.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you got your original sound on.
Here, let me hold on. Let me make sure. Yes, sir. I do.
Okay.
I do. Can you hear me and stuff?
Yeah, we can hear you. We hear you and we see you. Everything's great.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I'm going to do one you requested, Harry. You kind of threw me for a loop the other day. I had to go over this song. It's called Young Bill Jr. Here comes young Bill Jr., he's driving down the street, playing his brand new guitar and steering with his feet. A younger young Bill Jr. used to hang out with old men who jammed down at the Texaco on Riverside and 10. He passes the Southern prophets who introduced him to what he craves, but young Bill Jr. lifts his leg to wave. Young Bill Jr. doesn't like to be called Young Bill Jr. He says, call me Shotgun Willie, but he don't know the pain that comes in a knowing that name. Here comes depressed Bertha staring at her feet, walking in the bar where she has planned out her retreat. And Bertha do not say too much, but hey, everybody knows she must be gone before she goes. She says, I wish I walked the way that I walked when I walked with the Lord. I let the Savior lead me blind, but alone I'm just not sure. And depressed Bertha doesn't like to be called depressed Bertha. She says, call me Pollyanna, but she don't know the pain that comes in a knowing that name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, here comes depressed Bertha staggering down the street. Remember, young Bill Jr.'s out there driving with his feet. And young Bill's oh so interested in that brand new guitar. Depressed Bertha does not get too far. Young Bill Jr. gets out and runs to the side of depressed Bertha. And one look was his inspiration, and she smiled once again, although she was in a lot of pain. There go Bill and Bertha driving out of town, determined all to hell that they should run some daydreams down.
Thank you so much for playing that.
You are so welcome.
You know, I was called Junior when I was a
Having
kid.
a request. You were called Junior?
I was a junior, yeah.
You were?
So I got out of that as soon as I got out of high school. I said, "Call me Harry." So I've been Harry
Maybe
ever
I'll
since.
change it to like Hank Jr. or something.
Well, whatever. But I like that song a lot.
As a tribute to Chuck Ehrmann, I'm going to play a little co-write I did with Chuck. Chuck is now in Whiting, New Jersey, but he used to be here in Nashville, right here with me for many years. And Chuck and I wrote a few tunes together. This is called Broke Down in Georgia. I broke down in Georgia, a lost soul on a back road. I don't have a friend in this town. I started to call you like I always used to, but I put that telephone down. The burden of freedom weighs heavy at times. A high road's not easy to see when you broke down in Georgia like me. I've been walking in circles. I tried talking straight to you, but we never got very far. I gave our love everything that I was, and getting that back is so hard. The burden of freedom weighs heavy at times. High road's not easy to see when you broke down in Georgia like me. And when I long to touch you again, the white line's an old friend to me. Each mile is my refuge, a means to the end. I'm driving you out of my dreams. I'm still driving you out of my dreams. The burden of freedom weighs heavy at times. A high road's not easy to see when you broke down in Georgia like me. When you broke down in Georgia. I thank you. Chuck Ehrmann co-write. I hope I'm staying in tune, Harry.
Oh, you sound great.
Thank you, sir. This is much fun. I've done a couple of albums here and there, and so what I'm giving the Dallas Songwriters Association today as my debut and audition is a little Rachel poo-poo platter of things from my different albums and such. And this is from an album I did called Beautiful Things. It was so softly released that nobody heard it.
I got some of them.
You got some of those too?
Yeah.
This is called Crescent Moon. Crescent moon, I can hang my hat on you, and we can hang out in your living room and watch the stars twinkle. I would not mind getting high on some good moonshine, visit my baby through a wrinkle in time, 'cause that bird has flown. Crescent moon, we're on our own. And when you're full of yourself, it's like you're somebody else, a man judging me from above. And a half of a pie just won't satisfy when you're hungry as I for love. Oh, crescent moon, the could pour down pitchers of woo, so they'll all feel me when it's raining. And if you please, please lessen the gravity, sing your sweet lullabies to me, so I don't dream alone. Oh, crescent moon, we're on our own. When you're full of yourself, it's like you're somebody else, a man judging me from above. And a half of a pie just won't satisfy when you're hungry as I for love. Oh, woo, 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 and I can't be around you when you're blue, crescent moon. Ooh, 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 ooh.
You can't hear everybody clapping because everybody's muted, you know.
Very much lone clapper.
But I'm clapping.
Probably the only one anyway, Harry.
No. You get a lot of clappers. No. You got a lot of people watching over on Facebook too. I can see the numbers.
All right.
Just keep on going. You're doing good.
Probably my family, Harry.
Well, that's whatever. There's a bunch of them over there.
I think you'll be able to hear my guitar okay when I play.
You gonna finger pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna finger pick a little bit. Should I turn up a little bit, you think?
It's sounding pretty good.
Okay. It was cold when I left Cincinnati, and it was warm when I needed you there. And if you've looked for me, all is forgiven. And if you haven't, I do not really care. You look seasoned in that salt and pepper hair. I think I could eat you up. And if I tasted your wild life, I'd never get enough. And the fat part of your lip right there in the middle makes me think that I could slip again. If you're gonna go crazy, you better do it right. If you're gonna shoot the moon, blow it out of the sky. 'Cause you thrill me and you kill me sometimes. And you smiled at me and you called me sweetheart. It's good to see you, dear old friend, a symbol of our sweet forgiveness, and an invitation to begin again. And I've half a mind to up and run away. I have half a brain for staying. And some people move on for what it's worth, but I guess we're two of those that can't. and I hate to jump the gun. But if we live for the moment, this would have to be the one. If you're gonna go crazy, you better do it right. If you're gonna shoot the moon, blow it out of the sky. You thrill me, and you kill me sometimes. If you're gonna go crazy, you better do it right. If you're gonna shoot the moon, blow it out of the sky. 'Cause you thrill me, and you kill me sometimes. You thrill me, and you kill me sometimes. You kill me.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, Harry.
The finger picking sounded great too. Your level was really good.
Oh, good. All right, that was from an album that Chuck Ehrmann actually co-produced with me called Steering With My Feet. We did that all the way back in 97 and 98. I know I don't look that old, Harry.
I know you don't, but that wasn't very long ago. The older I get, the less far away that was.
Right? Exactly. That's how I feel too. I feel the same way. This is also from that album. It's called The Wasted Times of Tanqueray. I was checking my time because this is a long song, but I have plenty of time. I'll play a short one to end. How's that?
Okay.
Tanqueray was her name, but her daddy lost her mama to gin, so he called her Julie. Julie'd stay home most every night, trying to figure out why daddy let mama die. And you must understand our Tanqueray. But teenage years, well, she copped a buzz. She had a woman in her jeans and she knew just how to use her. Everyone said they were amazed. She was funny and sweet like her mama that passed away. And you must understand our Tanqueray. She said she broke your heart when she said that she needed a brand new start. In time, your heart will heal. In time, your heart will heal. And you must understand, she will leave for greener lands in time. Oh, she lost a baby at 35. She said, Mama, take care of my girl, her name is Julie. When Daddy passed on, the neighbors say that his very last words were a prayer for Tanqueray. And you must understand our Tanqueray. You say she broke your little heart when she said that she needed a brand new start. In time, your heart will heal. In time, your heart will heal. And you must understand, she will leave for greener lands in time. Tanqueray died today, and it was 25 years after anybody called her Julie. Sometimes she'd tell us, hey, my life's been hell. But all of us at the bar thought she was swell. And you must understand our Tanqueray. Tanqueray, yeah, you broke our hearts, and I hope you can make that brand new start. And in time, your heart will heal. In time, your heart will heal. And you must understand, when you reach the glory land, Tanqueray was her name, but her daddy lost her mama to gin, so he called her Julie.
All right, that's a great song. How do you spell that name, Tanqueray?
Tanqueray.
It's a great name. It's a great song too.
It's
Okay, it's such a pleasure being able to do this with you. And you got time for one more song?
all right, great.
Yeah,
I won't do one that's that long now.
you got about 4 minutes. That's a good song.
Oh, do I? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll end with one from the newest collection, Beautiful Things. It's the title track. And everyone out there can find it on Bandcamp if they look up Rachel Owen. Thanks for having me, Harry. Really.
The pleasure is mine. Pleasure's mine. Pleasure's ours. Pleasure's ours. Yeah. You sounded great. It's going to be a good video too. I think you're going to like it.
DSA.
Yeah.
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 I'm a member of the DSA.
DSA. There you go.
All right. I don't want to be your preacher. I don't want to be your fool. As long as I can be what you need me to be, I'd be cool with that. I'm never gonna be a diamond. I'm more like a rolling stone, you see. You're never ever gonna find one wearing me, 'cause I'm free. But when I first met you, you looked indecent by the light. that colored your hair, and it made me wanna stare into your soul. And I fell for you there in the glow. What beautiful things, what beautiful things, what beautiful things we are. I'm listening in the shower, you're washing over me. I hear you bitching about the mess in the kitchen, but the bacon smells so sweet. And we got tossed in an angry wind, but we got tangled up in love again. And it made me wanna stare into your soul. And I fell for you there in the glow. What beautiful things, what beautiful things, what beautiful things we are. Tossed in an angry wind, but we got tangled up in love again. And it made me wanna stare into your soul. And I fell for you there in the glow. And what beautiful things, what beautiful things, what beautiful things, baby, we are. What beautiful things, what beautiful things, what beautiful things we are. What beautiful things.
Rachel, thank you so much. That was such a treat.
So much, Harry, for having me.
A real treat, and we will have you back. And look for your
love it.
video. I'll do a video on this for everyone that plays. Folks, this is Dallas Songwriters Association's virtual global songwriter showcase, and that was Rachel Owen. And now we got a real treat. We got two Bills coming up and one Gigi. And then they're going to play for an hour, and then we've got a special treat at the end. We got Heather Longbine; she's going to play, and I'm gonna put the spotlight on these fellas over here if I can find them up here on. Here we go. Here we go. Replay spotlight. There they are, folks. You got Bill Sibley there on the left, and Gigi Gostas in the back, and then you got Bill Hudson on the right, and they're gonna charm us for an hour with some blues. They're going to make us cry. You know, blues makes you cry, right?
I've heard my voice makes you cry.
Oh, okay,
well, we'll do
guys.
some blues and we'll do some country and some stuff like that. So
okay. Well, we're ready for you.
All right. Hey, I'm glad everybody's here. But DSA is doing this for us, and I appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Harry.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to start this thing off with a song that I wrote about a friend of mine back in college, something you should never do when you go to a bar and meet a stranger. All right, here we go. It's called Looking So Damn Good. in hell until the night I saw you across the bar looking so damn good. I wanted you to look my way so I could smile at you and make you stay. And when our eyes met, I took a chance, walked up to you, asking for a dance. We moved and swayed like lovers do. Your sexy eyes were looking so damn good. We left the bar and drove around for a while. When I woke up, I found you gone. My head was pounded from the night before. I looked around and I saw your note. Said you had fun, but it was time to go. You left before I had the chance to find another looking so damn good. You left before I had the chance to find another looking so damn good. Here we go. Thank you so much. Thank you, Eric.
Y'all sounded great. The sound blanked out on us for about 5 or 10 seconds there, right in the middle of the song. Did you push a button or anything? Nothing.
Nope.
I guess there's a connection. But it went out.
That happened on a couple other people earlier too.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
I don't know if it's the internet or what, but there is something weird.
It's a Chinese.
Could be.
Could be, yeah. Okay, that's the Chinese. Okay. Keep going. Y'all sounding great.
Thank you.
Well, this next song, it going to...
That's not funny, Bill.
That's
not funny. You don't see me laughing, do you? Okay.
This is a song out. I guess it's a DSA. All of them's one I wrote. This is called Water's Fine, and I've been taking some medicine for my side hurting. So if I forget the words, y'all just yeah. Ready?
Yep.
Like a whirlpool, spinning out of control. Don't know when it ends or where it goes. Wonder, will you ever learn? Sailing through tortured seas without a stern. And I can see that you've been hurt inside. A broken heart will heal in time. 'cause the water's fine. Had enough as the fall goes in. Cursing the outcome, didn't do it again. And nothing will ever change the past. And starting all over is like turning the hourglass. And I can see that you've been heard the sound of broken heart will heal in time. Take a deep breath now. Oh, and close your eyes. Come on in, 'cause the water's fine. Cast adrift with no more to give. Can't trust life till you learn to live. So take my hand, darling, and it'll be alright. And come on in now, honey, 'cause the water's fine. And I can see that you've been hurt inside. A broken heart will heal in time. Take a deep breath now, darling. Won't you close your eyes? Come on in now, baby. I see the water's fine.
I don't think I've heard that one. That's a good one.
Okay. This Alrighty then. Okay. This song is called This Feeling. It's actually the first song I ever wrote, ever. Back in 19... here we go. It's quiet all around me, sitting here alone. No one here beside me to catch me when I fall. Why do I have to feel this feeling? Nothing seems to help to get my healing. And I've gotta find a way to tell you I love you, I love you, but I hate this feeling. At times you seem so distant, still we're really there. Love passed us in an instant, love we could have shared. Why do I have to feel this feeling? Nothing seems to help to get my healing. I've gotta find a way to tell you I love you, I love you. much harder to be alone and cry. I wish I could find someone to give me love tonight. Yeah, baby, why do I have to feel this feeling? Nothing seems to help get in my head. I've gotta find a way to tell you I love you. I love you, but I hate this feeling. I love you. I love you, but I hate this feeling. Thank you.
This next song's called Tidal Wave. And it's better to be understanding than understood. It's an empty room in a wooden chair. It looks like whiskey's broken of the man. Holes in the walls and got smoke in the air. All alone with his face buried in his hand. Was he worth the cost or the price that he gave? Going on his lost, it's like leaning in to a tidal wave. Footsteps coming down the hall as she cries. Praise tonight, you'll just leave her alone. A pistol in her hand and a cold stare in her eye. What's inside? Straight receipts every soul. Was it worth the cost or the price that she gave? When all is lost, it's like leaning in to a tidal wave. When the tide recedes, can we help her walk away? You can't judge someone's hard road till you see how the path is paved. and no one seems to even know his name. Was the pain or restoring our work the breath in his hand, a purple heart on a tight string. Was it worth the cost of the price that he gave? Going on his lost, like leaning in to a tidal wave. Was it worth the cost on the price that they gave? Going on his lost, like leaning in to a tidal wave. Thank you.
You know, this is proof that you can do really good sound through an iPhone. Isn't that what you're using, an iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time I've used my new iPhone. It's a 12 Pro. They say the picture is definitely supposed to be better.
Great picture, yeah. And the sound is pristine. Y'all,
That's great.
yeah.
I asked him earlier if it made me look fat.
Well, that wouldn't be hard to do, Bill.
I put the camera, the zoom width on the fat setting, so everybody would look.
Everybody looks
Yeah.
fat. I'm really pretty thin, actually.
Well, I think when it translates over into Facebook, they'll thin you down a little bit. Hopefully.
Yeah, that bronze.
And those darn cookies that
Yeah.
Susan
Oh,
brought.
yeah.
Anyway, this next song is a song I co-wrote with Taylor Lewis. It's called Dancing Around with Sin. You'll get the idea when you hear the words. Me and the girls went out last night. Told him I'd be home at night. But somehow he knew that I lied. Guess he read between the lines. I'm dancing around this scene. I drank too much, he had it up, and I messed things up again. And I can never win. Dancing around with sin. Lying in bed here all alone. All his jeans and tools are gone. And he won't pick up the phone. I've been calling all night long. I've been dancing around with sin. I drank too much, he had it up, and I messed things up again. And I can never win. Dancing around with sin. to the hutch, we had it up, and I messed things up again, and I can never win. Dancing around with sin, dancing around with sin. Thank you. Oops.
All right, we're gonna do a song we hadn't done very many times. It's a duet and a little blues. I wrote it as a kind of a country song, but we did it. We've already recorded that, but we're gonna try it on the blues way too. And so we rehearsed it a few times. It's called Cut Roses. All right. I'm gonna pull a bouquet of clouds, not sunshine.
Things scattered like broken dreams, a life left behind.
If I pick it wrong, and we'll turn away. Yeah.
Did I wait too long, or was it too late?
Reliving no memories, won't sleep tonight. Wondering how something so wrong could feel so right. It was my heart to handle,
And my heart to please,
and didn't have it coming.
was it meant to be? Yeah. Reliving the memories, tossing and turning tonight. Wondering how something so wrong could feel so right.
Broken promises made, they're gone on the night that she cried.
On that floor, cut roses, you can't survive, can't survive, can't survive. Living's not easy, but life's full of down. Oh.
If you run, they count.
Reliving the memories, won't sleep awake tonight. Wondering how something so wrong, it feels so right.
Promises made, they're gone on the night that she cried.
On the floor, cut roses, can't survive, can't survive, can't survive. Tossing and turning, I can't sleep away all night now. Wondering how something so wrong could feel so right. Feels so right.
feels so
It feels so right.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, who wrote that one? Did you write that one, Bill?
Yeah.
Good song, man.
Yeah. We recorded it with the acoustic version with Heather Little.
Yeah.
Great
Great song, man.
completely different than this one.
Right. All right. This is a song that I wrote, I don't know, a few years ago, called Love's Undone. I know we can probably, at some point in our life, all relate to that. All right. No more tears to cry. Through my bloodshot eyes. Now you don't love me, and you wanna be free. Our love's undone. I guess I was wrong. Oh. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Our love's undone. I used to watch you sleep. Lying next to me. Now I touch your face before I walk away. Our love's undone. I guess I was wrong. No. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone, and our love's undone. In the morning light, with a clear blue sky, I'm already gone, and you move on, 'cause our love is undone. I guess I was wrong. Oh. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone, and our love's undone. Our love's undone. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Here we go, Bill. This is another song. It's kind of a new song. We haven't done it a whole lot. The more we do them, the better we get out of them. But there's a little story behind this. Back in out here in west of Fort Worth, there's a lake called Possum Kingdom Lake, and there's two big old cliffs that don't come all the way together out there in the lake. And back in the 1800s, they called that Hell's Gate. And you have to look up the story, but it's a pretty interesting story. But it's about how if if you do things you know that you're not supposed to, and you got to pay the consequences sometimes. So y'all look up the story of Hell's Gate, Legend of Hell's Gate. That's what this is about. Blackbirds are circling, yellow wolves come closing in. When your back's against the corner, there's nothing to defend. Life's such a thin one when you won't see what you mean. So now don't be hanging around when you can't come clean. Time waters rise, just heals the face. Close your eyes, watch guardian angel right away. Ignore and warning. When the rain soft landing on the hard truth. Spirit's been broken, redemption comes too late. Can you stand alone with what you own? With hell must be. Hot water rising on this is the pit. Close your eyes, guardian angel, right away. Ignore and warning. Whoa, tonight when there rains soft landing on the hard truth. Yeah, there ain't soft landing on the hard yeah. Truth. Thank you.
Beautiful song, Bill. I wrote this song about 5 years ago, actually. Seems appropriate to me a little bit now with what's gone on this past year with COVID and a lot of people dying and losing a lot of family members and friends and co-workers and all of this. And this song is about kind of going on with your life even though you've lost somebody. It's called You're Still Here. I came by to see you today. I sat down by the golden and blooming gray on a rock carved in stone. First time here was 30 years ago. Talked about the life that I've lived. Since you said, don't be sad, live your life every day. Share your love and smile along the way. And don't waste any years. And don't hang on to fear. And don't shed no more tears. I've gone away, but you're still here. Now it's time to pick out my stone. I don't want to leave my kids alone, but your words got me through. Good advice to pass on from you. And don't waste any years. Don't hang on to fear. And don't shed no more tears. I'll go away, but you're still here. So hey, go and have one more beer. And raise your glass and cheer. And keep your loved ones near. I'll go away, but you're still here. You're still here. Keep your loved ones near. I'll go away, but you're still here. You're still here.
You guys make such a great trio. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that. You're making Dallas proud right now. I want you to know that.
Thank you so much, Harry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Y'all's music that complements each other. You know, your writing and everything. It's so enjoyable to just sit here. I'm drinking one of them little bottles of Southern Comfort. I put one in.
Drink one for me.
The little mini bottle.
It's been 26 years.
Having a great time here. Okay, y'all go on. Don't mind me.
Okay.
Woodford Reserve's pretty good too.
Well, speaking of getting high,
Been too long, Bill.
this song I wrote this several years ago, and some guys heard it and they signed it to a recording contract. This is the only one I've had signed it to a recording contract. But after a year, if they don't do anything with it, you get it back. And so I got it back, and these are real good outfit and out of Fort Worth, but it's a little recording outfit. I mean, and I got it back after a year, and they sent me a check, and I got the check for it, and it was $1.88.
We laugh, but it's sad.
So I'm actually a paid signed recording artist.
Don't spend it all in one place.
I put put the check in I'm putting it in a frame because it cost me more in gas to go to the bank than the check's worth. But this is about but another thing about this song was recorded it, and for some reason, some bunch of kids up at Texas Tech were listening to this song over and over and over again. They loved it.
That's Harry stomping around.
I don't get it.
Yeah, well,
Maybe Pat Mahomes was listening.
Maybe you might have heard it.
Yeah,
well, Gary P. Nunn, Joe Ely, those guys are up there. Was up there.
Yeah. But this song is
Mac
called,
Davis, Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
It's called Feel Your Heart. Did you listen to your heart? You got used to taking what life was giving. What you need every day just to get through. Should have seen the sin was coming. The only one who's cool is you. Always too smart. Did you look into your heart? Living in the shadows of the city, feeling nothing of no one at all. Hiding from a life that's not too great. In the wall. And do you see the night or the stars? Do you even feel your heart? Happen to you some certain times of grace and wine? You just can't be hurt, 'cause I've never seen you cry. I wonder where you are. And do you even feel your heart? When it all closed in and you wanted to flee, I know you wanted out sometime, yeah, but you couldn't seem to find your key. Girl, that was too far to fall. Will you ever feel your heart? Girl, that was way too far to fall. I guess you'll never feel your heart.
Y'all got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
We can do it in 10 minutes.
All right.
There's a lot of things I can do in 10 minutes.
It don't take me that long.
So, a little deep in here now. So, yeah. We've got a few songs left. I always want to take a minute to thank Harry every time we do this. I always try to make sure to do that because Harry is, we can't do this without Harry. He's been.
I can't do this without you.
Yes, all together and working so tirelessly for Dallas Songwriters. So, Harry, you are truly appreciated.
You are.
This isn't work. This is fun.
And thanks, Dallas Songwriter, for the opportunity for doing this every Saturday. It's nice to have a venue to play, even though we're in a studio and not live. But anyway, maybe COVID will go away in the next year and we'll get back to normal. Who knows? But this song I'm going to play is called "You're All I Need to Get Through," and I wrote it, I don't know, 4 years ago or so. A friend of mine used to have a party every year at New Year's. We always had a big bash out at his house. And this one particular year, he decided not to have the party. He was going through some personal stuff and wasn't in the mood to have the party. So I stayed home and alone with my guitar and was on my little pity pot, like nothing to do, New Year's Eve, blah, blah, blah. So I wrote this song called "You're All I Need to Get Through." And the fact is, this song is about my guitar. It's sad to say, but if I'm being honest, it's about my guitar. But it could be about a person. Fill in the blank, whatever you want it to be, So anyway, here we go. All my friends are going out to the party tonight, but I'd rather be with you under the full moonlight. I've got you in my arms to keep me safe and warm. I hope this feeling lasts all night long, 'cause you're all I need to get through, the one I want to talk to. Times get tough, and I really know you're all I need to get through. You're all I need to get through, the one I want to talk to. Times get tough, and I really know you're all I need to get through. Some people gotta listen to a radio. Other people can't live without a TV show. But with you, I don't need any electricity. Just your smiling eyes and your arms around me. 'Cause you're all I need to get through, the one I wanna talk to. Times get tough, and I wanna know you're all I need to get through. You're all I need to get through, the one I wanna talk to. Times get tough, and I wanna know you're all I need to get through. I need you every day. I never walk away. Please believe me when I say, come on, yo. You're all I need to get through,
improvise every once in a while.
Yeah.
Boy and hell.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a great song. Now we got time for one more Bill Sibley song, I'll bet you.
Yep. We got
Okay.
one.
Oh,
That's it.
well, you may live to regret that.
Nah, we love Bill Sibley.
Hey, I want to appreciate you always finish up with a fast song.
Yep.
And this pretty fast. We kind of do this and all together. This is about another bad relationship. So here y'all go. This is learning from your mistakes. It's called this song called "Once Is Enough." It never was enough for me though. I used to have to do it 45 times before I have enough of it. Wait, sometimes I have enough when they repo my car. I had a wife that wrote a lot of hot checks one time. Finally repoed my car. I said, "That's enough." All right, it's called "Once Is Enough," y'all. Left me sad and lonely, wondering what to do. Took my car and my money, had to catch a winter passing through. Well, I consider myself pretty tough. Once enough. You know the bill collector's been calling, blowing up my phone. Yeah, we're rolling in the door, darling, down here scraping the bone. Well, I'll just have to suck it up. Once is enough. Say the tub, keep going. When the going gets rough, they don't know you, baby, 'cause I damn sure had enough. You know the stage was set for drama and love no man. The part she portrayed, but just another song and dance. Well, I don't mind playing the smoke. Once enough. Take the tub, keep going. When the going gets rough, they don't know you, baby, 'cause I damn sure had enough. You know my heart's been through the ringer. Manhood all but taken. The way that woman lies, wonder what else she's been paying. Well, I'm not much at making love. Once enough, still like to have a little bit more of that stuff. Come on now, once is enough. Yeah. All right, thank y'all for having us out.
Well, I tell you what, once ain't enough for you guys. Well, we gotta have you back. That was fun. That's a great song, Bill. I don't think I've heard that one. Is that new? That's a good song.
Thank you,
man.
Harry.
Thank y'all, Harry.
Thank
Appreciate
y'all. And I'm gonna add the spotlight here. I don't know if this shows up over there on Facebook or not, but we're both on the screen right now. Anyway, thank you guys. It sounded great, and I like your setup and love your songs, and you guys were great together, and you're doing Dallas proud, and I hope y'all get to be rich and famous. So
Thank you, Harry. Thank you.
okay, so we'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good one.
Okay, folks, now we've got a real treat. We've got We got a young lady. The first time I met her, her last name was Hatchett, and now it's changed to Longbine. I'm not sure what that all means, but she's a great singer, songwriter, and I met her over at Love and War one night. We was doing our open mic night, and she played for us, and she's just a great talent, and I hope we can make her a regular member of our Saturday showcase. I want to introduce you to Heather Longbine. I'm going to replace the spotlight. There she is. Hi, Heather. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Harry? What's up?
Well, we're just making music. And
I am Heather Hatchett Longbine.
Heather Hatchett Longbine. Is that the way we're supposed to? Okay.
Heather Hatchett's what I
Have you got your original sound on? That's the mainest thing tonight.
I do. Is it okay?
Yeah, it sounds great. Sounds great. If we need to tweak it, we will after the first song. But you look great and you sound, and I'm sure you're going to sound great. So welcome to our showcase.
I just joined the association this morning, and it's been the best Saturday afternoon ever listening to everyone, and it's been a great intro. So I'm loved today. I'm excited to be part of this awesome organization and become a better songwriter from it, I hope. So.
Well, you're our newest member then. So now you're a school teacher, is that right?
I am your newest member, yes.
And you've been Zooming on for your school teaching, right? You teach.
Yeah. No, my kids, well, because of COVID, we did a lot at home. So, I got it down then. I had to out of necessity.
Okay. Okay, well, play us some songs. You got 30 minutes.
All right.
Heather.
All these are originals. I'm going to start with a song inspired by Jerry Jeff Walker's Wheels. There's a big, long story to it that I don't have time, but this is my song Wheels, inspired by that song to make it short. Leaves are turning brown and the winds are blowing in. The soft change in the scenery's gonna change me once again. It seems like with every season change that I ain't gonna get. That I'm born again. So baby, pick us up some tickets and then pick up my bow. I can just have a blanket, baby. Don't think I don't know. When you wake me in the morning, we can take this on the road. We can take it to the road. We will spin on wheels of madness. We will spin on wheels of love. We will spin on wheels that take us to this deep and dirty mud. We are lost enchanted flowers that keep drifting through these mountains. Let the dew on your feet take you through those till they shine and say bye. Through the chains and back. No cups of loss, no tears of pain, just the deepest deep dark woods. Two rows of wisdom stakes its claim, and we are on the stone. Do you hear what I've been saying, baby? Like it wasn't so. All the dreams that we were dreaming, baby, think they'd never grow. But they'll never grow. We'll spin on wheels of madness. We'll spin on wheels of love. We'll spin on wheels that take us
my we are lost enchanted flowers that keep drifting through these nights. Let the dew on your feet take you through the village, trying to find through the chains that bind. Through the chains that bind.
Hey, you sound great. Your mix is good and everything.
Oh, awesome. Glad to hear it. This next one is called Howl, H-O-W-L. It was originally, guys, I'm just a person that likes to write poetry. And I just started really putting poetry to my music in the last 10 years. And it just started very organically and slow. And then COVID hit and I got all this time and I got this incredible gift of time. And I ended up coming out with all these poems and really starting to share it musically. So this is very new for me. But this song, Howl, was 5 pages that I condensed to 3, condensed to 2, condensed to about 4 to 5 minutes. So it's a long poem, but I'm excited to share it. It's called Howl. Toils and stirs me deeply to weep. Find a garden lies here in between layers of heaven and earth and time and stone. Love isn't the name. And you know it churns me deeply till I hate its reflections. There's a light show just got and there's no now my wild hustles run free. Call me in the night to have. Now go out in the moon to have. You know I'll call you to my side tonight. And a new healing colorful branches burn and reaches out towards the light. After a suffocating winter on the forest floor beneath all the dead layers of all the dead. Sometimes suck a breath of blood. And the strings at my fingertips, you know they say, come on girl, let's rattle this cage. And we go out in the moon to ooh, now go out in the moon to I'll call you to my side to the wood opens up to me and it surrounds me with a layer of perspective and fire to take. You know I'm keeping something alive here and it is all it's found and it is always one. There's never a destruction too big to be reborn. Now go out in the night to now go out in the moon to I'll call you to my side. grit back to your deep down. And you know what I don't grip it tightly, it's just under my feet. Play the spring day with warmth and sunshine. Yesterday's tomorrow, tomorrow's plain. 'Cause everything is in the sun with its own right feet in the fiery flame. Now go out and the moon to This is so awesome, y'all. I just can't say. It's so nice to be able to share, to have a platform to share and hear and receive. So thank you. This is called She Knows Better. This is about listening to yourself after you haven't for a while and learned some hard lessons. It's called She Knows Better. This I wrote in 2017. It was a really hard year. Now I may withdraw, but I won't stand and hide behind your back. She knows better than anyone. She knows better than anyone. Listen to me. La-di-da, said the lonely tree as I walked through the fire. La-di-da, said the lonely tree as I faced my desire. La-di-da, said the lonely tree are so sweet. I tend to be a little long on my songs, so I tend to make like epics. I'm learning to cut like 6-minute songs down to 3, but for here, I'm not. I'm just playing them long, guys. So this next one's called Hideaway. It is actually almost a prayer and almost a song mixed together, and almost a land in between all in one. It's one of my newer ones. I'm gonna play it for y'all now. David, could you open me a beer? I'm gonna have a drink too after this, because this is an awesome day, y'all. This has been a really awesome day for me. So thank you for playing and sharing and listening. This is called
You.
Time flow free. Time flow free. But I am from the desert, destined. Ties that ride on a different kind of breath of wind. Nothing mirages I run to equal only to this house of mirrors standing here. And here I've lied in the sand, being birthed again and again. And inside me are load-bearing stumps to kindle my inner fire. And I'm charged to take the reins from here. And I've been knocking in the car to your door with a blazing fire on inside. And I've moved through corridors and pitch black places. So dark the day the night erases. And all I found is that I am a beggar on this ground. So light this fire and I'm painted faces. And I will sing to them flame, flame, flame. Song, song, song. Wind, 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 wind. All can go wrong, but all can light your way up again. My embers burn hard and long. And here's where I sleep for the rising. No junkie heart can carry their own weight. Here millions build their home on floating weight. And at the end of the beginning and the beginning of this end, watch the veil because it's always thickest before it thins. And I'll say, take me to your hideaway. Take me to your hideaway. Take me to your hideaway. Now move through the corridors and pitch black places. Some so dark the day the night rests. And all I found is that I'm a beggar on this ground. So pour me down and I will tie up the laces. So pour me down and I will and take me to that hideaway. And take me to the hideaway, where I like a good destruction and good hard rain. Got time for one more?
Yeah.
Awesome. This one's called, did I play Home yet? I haven't played Home yet. This one's called Home. Or is it called Ghost to the Shell? I can't, I don't name songs and I'm sharing with people, so like I have to settle on a name and it's really hard. It's really hard for me, guys. This song is gonna now be known as Ghost and Shell that I'm about to play. Ghost and Shell, that's what I'm playing. You're gonna help me get better, right? You're gonna help me nail all the songwriting business down. Ghost in a Shell. Sorry. So that I don't have to rouse someplace I can just run off to and hide. But I'm finding I live in some town of the battleground. And you know there's a bomb going off right here next to me. But I'll say never mind. Cannonball. Never mind. The plague's crawling around. Never mind that I will go and will share. You know, I thought I would try to run away. You know, I thought I would try to find a better kind of way. But I've never been here before, if I'm honest. And I don't know the way. But I'm gonna stand my ground, even though my flag is torn and tattered right there on the back. And I'll say never mind. Cannonball. Never mind. All the minds. Oh no. Shine, shine.
One more song, Heather.
Awesome. This is called Lay Me Down.
Okay.
How's that Southern Comfort treating you, Harry?
Oh, it's good. You know, that's one of those little mini bottles, you know, like you get in the motel room. I found it in the top drawer of my desk here, where I'm sitting here watching this computer.
That's awesome.
It was good. Yes.
Perfect for a nice Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
This is called Lay Me Down. It's about longing. I'm sorry. I'm off key a little bit. Let me just fix that. Songs effervescent over time and year, expanding mortal shells with unbridled tears. Her mind supreme me from myself and from me. Let's take a trip somewhere up with me. I need you to lay me down even when you don't have time. Love me when you're out of time. I want you to love me a bit Saturday, guys. Love me down It calls from deep inside me almost every day. Alive, I'm begging from this slow decay. My words a puzzle piece that hasn't been created. Emptiness letting go deep inside. I need you to lay me down even when you don't have time. Love me then when you're out. I want you to love me a bit Saturday. Love me that way, baby. Ha ha ha. Thank you, guys. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you, folks. And that was Heather Hatchett Longbine.
Heather Hatchett works, yes.
Okay, and thank you very much. And she's our brand newest member of the Dallas Songwriter Association, and we'll have her back and won't be long. And thank you very much, Heather. That was a great set. It sounded great.
I really enjoyed it too. It was a great afternoon. Thanks, everybody.
It's fun. It's fun. You did a great job. Okay, folks, let's see here. Let's replace the spotlight there. Okay. That's it, folks. Dallas Songwriter Association virtual global songwriter showcase. We do this every Saturday. Tune in again next Saturday from 12 to 3. We're going to be doing love songs. You know, that's the day before Valentine, so it's going to be our Valentine special. So, anyway, I guess, with no further ado, I want to thank everybody that over on Facebook for watching. It looked like we had a pretty good crowd today, and we had a great group of singers here, all of them multi-talented and a variety of music and everything. So we will see y'all next week, hopefully. So thank you very much. Have a nice weekend, and all you people still on Zoom over here, push the little red button and end the meeting, and it'll be over. And have a nice weekend. Thank you very much. Adios.